I'm Dan the Man, and this is the Betting Edge, powered by InSpin.com. For NFL Week number 9, I give you the inside info to put the spin cycle on your... Time now for my NFL 3 for free, where each and every week during the NFL season, I give you 3 smoking hot 3-star picks. The best 3-star picks for free you will get around. And don't forget, my 4- and 5-star customer wizards hitting over 65% for the season. Only gets better. These 3 stars not too far off either. So let's get right into it. Great Week 9 action coming for you. Bills, Bears, in Canada. All right, we're going to go with the Bills +3, -120 here. Info on the game, it opened Bears -3, -105. Don't forget this game being played on a neutral site in Canada, in Toronto, which is a factor in this game. 72% of the betting public and some early sharp money being played on the Bills, looking for that first win. Reasons for that. After the bye, the Bills have played 2 aggressive, tight, last-minute games. This is a team that has been winless on the year, but has really hung in there. Probably should have beaten the Chiefs last week. So both the Ravens and the Chiefs to Arrowhead to overtime, keep them a field goal short each game. When a team is a huge dog and loses by a field goal, it means one thing: they are hungry. The Lions have been a team like that throughout the entire season that has gotten closer and closer and finally started winning for them. And that's where the Bills are right now, that team that hasn't won yet but is really, really close. They are not that awful. Bills are going to fight harder and harder each week to avoid that dreaded 0-16, speaking of the Lions. All right, so critics, by the way, this week keep talking about the Bills and their NFL worst rushing defense. True, the Bills do give up 188.7 rushing yards a game on the ground. Doesn't matter, though. They are playing the Bears. And very, very stubborn as an ox, Mike Martz. He refuses to run the ball. Guess what? These Bills aren't half bad. Defending the pass. They're 6th overall in the NFL, only allowing 195.5 yards a game. That is not bad at all for a team that hasn't won yet. Bills are hungry enough to keep this game close. They will shut down the Bears' inept, and I mean truly inept, Jay Cutler-esque passing game. But it started fast, but they have sure slowed down, and they will hang on in another thriller-type game for the Buffalo Bills. Take the +3 -120 to the bank. Believe in the dream, and don't forget, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Panthers, Saints. All right, the play here, Panthers +7 -120. Info on the game, it opened Saints -6, 92% of the betting public, which, by the way, a lot of times is not the smart ones. It's the wise guys and the 3-star free picks that I'm giving you that are the way to go here. The money's on the Saints, 92%. Drove the game to -6.5, so wait, because you may see some 7s out there. Panthers +7 -120 is good, but +7 -110, which is flat, is even better. Reasons: defense. The Panthers are the only 1-6 team I've seen in a long time that have the 4th-ranked defense in the NFL. Of course, that lets you know they don't score a lot of points. They're only allowing 301 yards per game this season. Not too shabby, especially in a division that has a lot of teams like Atlanta that can score a lot of points and have a lot of yards in each of their games. The reigning Super Bowl champs, the Saints, at 5-3, have been held to 1 offensive touchdown twice in their last 23 games. Both times by the Panthers. Here's a quote from John Fox in the Charlotte Observer. You prefer to keep the New Orleans defense on the field and your offense have those 15-play drives. But like I said, it's a game of points. And if you can hold an explosive team like that to field goals, that is definitely one way to defend them. Very good words by John Fox. He is still a good coach. He probably will not make it past this season if Carolina continues in this loss tailspin. But this is it's a competitive team. There really are no bad teams in the NFL this year. Panthers D will do enough to keep this game close. Breeze and the Saints will get caught overlooking the 1-6 Panthers and dreaming about their upcoming bye week. +7 on this game with the Panthers team, who has the recipe to stop the Saints, is like stealing candy, Twizzlers specifically, from a baby. Bet it and forget it. Believe in the dream. Cowboys, Packers. All right, bear with me here when I explain to you why we're going Cowboys +7 -120. Obviously, the Cowboys not having a great season, but there's a method behind the madness here, and you know these 3-star free plays have been hitting for you all season long. Info on this game: the Cowboys opened -7, went as high as -9, and then came back to 7.5 before the sharp money, the wise guy money, drove it back to 7. Remember, I've told you all season long, the magic number in the NFL, 3 and 7. You want to get off that 3 count to a 3.5 or a 2.5. You want to get off that 7 count to 7.5 or 6.5. And those plays that I've given you, where we talked about the magic numbers 3 and 7, have hit for you most of the way this season. So this is one of those games. The Packers are being bet at a ratio of 71%. So the game could go back to 7.5, but the play at 7.5 minus 120 if it doesn't get there. That's still solid play for you. Reasons. Dallas is ranked better than Green Bay in both offense and defense. Kind of hard to believe considering the Cowboys have 1 win this season. They obviously lack the wins, but they are talented enough to keep this game close. Late in the season, bookmakers tend to over-adjust the point spreads based on the fact that they know the public will tend to favor one team over another, especially a team like the Cowboys, which is one of the heaviest bet teams in the entire NFL based on their fan support worldwide. Even if they're bad, they're still a heavily bet team. People always believe in these guys that they can somehow pull it out. This is definitely one of those situations. We know the public's going to bet Green Bay, and that works in our favor. The public money will drive this game up and will create a lot more value on the stronger side, the Dallas Cowboys. Kit and I had 3 picks last week for the boys, but only 1 was his fault. If you watched that game, you had to feel for that guy filling in for the injured Tony Romo, who's basically out for the rest of the year. He threw those balls to receivers. They bounced off and went right into defenders' hands. So Kit actually played pretty well for his first game as a starter since 2007. Check this out. He has the experience. He knows the offense. He looked so much better in the second half of that game than he did in the first half of that game, and all he needed was a little time. He's only going to get better as the weeks progress. Here's a betting trend from the InSpin.com website. Cowboys are 13-4. That's 76% against the spread in their last 17 games in November. That is a great, great stat on the Cowboys side. They tend to heat up late in the season. Green Bay is coming off 2 huge wins over the Vikings and Jets, and they have a lot of injuries themselves. They will definitely get caught overlooking the Cowboys. 7 points is way too many for a team ranked in the top half of the NFL in both offense and defense. Bet with your head, not with your heart. Cowboys, plus 7.5, minus 120. Believe in the dream. Well, that's going to do it for the show for today, and here are the 4 virtues to being a betting edge wizard. You know it's what you want to be. Number 1, subscribe. Be an insider, not an outsider. Click that button. It's right there, and get all my 3 for free picks all NFL season long. You know their goal. Number 2, share. Don't be greedy. There's plenty of money out there to be made for everybody. Also, good karma as well. Share it with your friends, your aunts, your uncles, your third cousin Jebediah, even your ex-stepsister. You know, the one you didn't want anyone to know you hooked up with. 3, rate. You better click like this video. Don't even think about clicking thumbs down. If you don't click like, I might send Paulie Walnuts after you, or worse, make you listen to a Justin Bieber album for 24 straight hours. And number 4, comment. Yes, you gotta love the comment field. Go ahead, post your comments, good or bad, doesn't matter. I love the feedback. I got the thick skin. Make some good comments, though. I might send you a free Ryan Leaf autographed Nerf football. Come on. You gotta love that. Some bad comments, you might be the next douchebag of the day. Until next time, I'm Dan the Man. This has been The Betting Edge. Believe in the dream.